What's up guys, it's Bricks all over, back with another LEGO review on the LEGO Marvel Superheroes Ayeesha's Revenge, set number 76080, recommended ages 7 to 14, and has 323 pieces, 3 minifigures, and Baby Groot. Minifigure to this set is Ayeesha, and I'm going to be talking some things about the movie, so if you totally didn't watch the movie and don't want to know anything about it, please click away. But either way, I really love this minifigure, besides sort of the torso and legs, just the outfit. She never really had a blue outfit from what I remember. If she did later on in the movie, please correct me down in comments, but because I just watched it in theaters and haven't watched it since. But this is just amazing in its own sense that it has a purpled head and hairpiece, just like the C-3PO color almost, and I think the head and hair is just really well done. The outfit is not accurate, but is still really intricate and well detailed. Ayeesha also has a nice back torso print and an alternate face print. And next up is Star-Lord, and this being my first Star-Lord minifigure, this is a really well iteration of Chris Pratt from Guardians of the Galaxy. Really good casual torso print with the jacket, and the face is also pretty good and accurate, with also the improvement of the hair from the first Guardians of the Galaxy minifigure, as well as the two pistols. Star-Lord also sports a really simple but effective jetpack and has good back torso printing and an alternate face. Here is Yondu, and even though it is really sad that he actually died in this movie, it is really good that we got a minifigure from him finally, because otherwise we would have missed out on ever getting a chance to having his minifigure, and LEGO did such a good job on his iteration of what he looks like. His torso down to his legs connect really well. Great intricate details, and he has an arrow, and the skin color is pretty close to what he's supposed to look like. The face print is really good to what he actually looks like, and the mohawk is amazing as well. Yondu's back torso print and a better look at his mohawk. Here's a last look at Yondu in respect for his death. And here is Baby Groot, and he is really well done and tiny, as you can see, as compared to that clip and stud piece that he's holding on to. I really love that he can pieces can attach to him with a clip, so he can hold things, and his outfit is really intricate for how small it is, and his head is really great. Just this whole figure is really well made, and I believe that piece that he is holding is supposed to be the piece that Rocket Raccoon stole, and of course, since the LEGO group made these with concept art of the movie, they didn't know what it was at the time, but I believe it is that's what it's supposed to be, is what Rocket Raccoon stole from Ayeesha. Here's the first little build to the set, and you're supposed to have pretty much Ayeesha standing on that little stud, and this really wasn't in the movie that much at all, but you just press that on that, and that part is supposed to explode just to give it a little bit of play feature. And the next little build that we got here is one of the ships that Ayeesha ridden, or all of her species fly around in, just to get around digitally, or however you call it, just like almost like a video game. If you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I mean, and there were thousands of these, but this is pretty good iteration of what this ship is actually supposed to look like, and pretty good scale to what it is, besides the fact that you can't really put a minifigure in it, even though real person never got in it. And on the side you can see some stud shooters, and I'll just give you different angles of what this is. Of course, this is supposed to be all gold, but Lego of course couldn't put all of that gold into there, so they did as much as they could and then integrated like this caramel color and then dark tan behind it. But I think they did a pretty good job. And then there's tail fins over here that can be moved around on those ball joints, and then there's the purple engines, which is really nice. There's a better look at the back of it with the engines. It's the final build, which is a really nice looking build of the mining pod or whatever vehicle you would call it. Obviously it was a main point to the movie of how much screen time it took up since the Milano got destroyed, but I just really think they captured the look of this really well, and most of what you see are stickers, even on the top tube right here, and there are some different play functions to this, so let's get into it. On the left side of the ship, the dish can actually open up to reveal just a bit of storage space, a fire extinguisher, and a wrench, which is a little disappointing. You couldn't put more figures there since there's a lot of people in this, but I think that's really good use if they had to build it up this way instead of putting the minifigures in it. On the right side of the ship, we get another cabinet, but there's nothing in it that they told you to put in it, but they suggest you put the minifigures' weapons such as Star-Lord's guns or Yondu's arrow into that. Actually slide this whole hatch back so you can get your minifigure in here, because actually this front window screen does not open up forward. Even though it does move a little, things get in the way, which is why they created this function, which is a really good playability feature of how they were able to involve that in there. As you can see down there, there is one seat that you can put your minifigure there, and then you're supposed to slide that forward, and then your minifigure is in there. So take Yondu for example, which I did not want to attach him to the stud since I wanted to pull him out easily, but your figure can of course go in there, or even Star-Lord. Just push that top piece forward and the minifigure comes up front. Although I expressed my love for pretty much every part about this, the back is really not that exciting. It's very little, just 2 studs for the engine with that Technic gear. I wish they put a little bit more work into that, but either way, I'm not going to be displaying it to see the back, so not too much of a problem that affects how much I like this set. So overall, I think this is a great set. The minifigures are great. Yondu, Star-Lord, and Groot are pretty much perfect. Ayeesha, not the best, but still a really good iteration, and they may have been basing it off a concept art with a blue costume, so it's still not a bad minifigure at all. The little red land platform is a nice little addition just to give a little bit of land, but not taking too much pieces up, just for a little play function. The little Ayeesha ship is pretty cool, like how it's fairly accurate and they tried to put in some of the gold into it at least. And then the mining ship is just really great, really good all around, all the play functions. The back is pretty much the only downside, but that's really just a nitpick to deal with because you're really not going to be looking at the back that much. And I totally forgot to mention, but there's this thing, the switch that Groot had to pretty much activate the bomb, so not really in the right scene, but Lego of course wouldn't have known where to put this, and they didn't know what it was maybe, because they gave it to Ayeesha as an accessory, but it's definitely not hers, so, but it's a thing, so it's a nice tiny little inclusion that, me knowing what it is since it's after the movie, it's a little interesting, good build. So all in all, I'm going to have to rate this set an A+, because there's just hardly anything about this set that is bad at all. Very little nitpicks like Ayeesha's torso and legs, just because those are probably concept. but still her minifigure is great. Not enough gold on Ayeesha's ship, but that's still a nitpick because that would drive up the price. And the back of the mining pod, but still you're not going to be looking at that much. So all in all, I'm giving this an A+. Please leave your thoughts down in the comments below what you think of this set. Let me know what your favorite minifigure of this set is, and just give me your thoughts and suggestions down in the comments below about my channel. Hope you have enjoyed. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.